Yo, 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 what is up? How are we doing? Quick recap. Quick victory lap recap, man. What a night. I know we've been kind of going through our favorite plays. Our favorite plays at the end of the streams. And man, it was a beautiful night. What did we have the end was, we talked about Kevin Herter threes the other night.
Yep, Herter threes, LaMelo points, Trae Young points. Those are the three, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking
No.
I'm like
Herter three
crossing.
was 2 nights ago.
Right, I'm
It
like
was LaMelo
crossing.
points, Turner points, Trae points. Those are the last
Yes,
night threes.
yes. I'm crossing
Okay.
wires with that. Sorry, I just wanted to find a way to talk about Kevin Herter in that Kings 150 point game or something. All right, lost Canyon for a second, but it's okay. We move forward, and right here we're ready for this. So let's talk about player props for this game. Let us know in the chat if you guys have any player props. I think my favorite part of these streams is kind of, getting to hear, people's thoughts and get to look at plays. So like, even though we're talking about a game, let us know in the chat if there's something you guys want us to take a look at, and we are always willing to do that. But real quick, let's start here. Brooklyn, Portland. So there's a couple interesting games tonight. Really high total preview in this next game over here. But we'll talk Brooklyn, Portland here. 221 total, 2-point spread for the Blazers. This Brooklyn team still without Kyrie. I think there's an expectation that he might be back to start next week, but still out at this point. And then for the Blazers, it looks like everyone's going to be healthy and playing. I expect Nurkic to play too. I'm going to refresh this really quick just to see. I always get like shocked with these surprise updates for guys, but should be good here. Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Sorry,
Right.
Discord just got out on me there, boys. Sorry.
No, you're good. We just got a full screen.
Help me!
We got a full
Help
screen camera.
me!
All right, there we
Give
go.
me.
All right. Let's, so we're looking at this Brooklyn Portland game, 2-point spread, 222.5 total. Let's get into this one. There's I really just want to talk about this Kings Spurs game because I'm excited about it, but I'll wait. We'll talk about I saved it for you, Canyon. I know you wanted to talk about your Kings. So I'll pull up.
Dude, I freaking love the Kings. Man. What Kings fan? Ever since I took Keegan Murray, I knew I liked them.
Yeah. Right, and you're saying that because they didn't take Jaden Ivey, so the Pistons could have
Yeah. It was a win-win. Keegan Murray's a stud.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm not hating.
He is questionable tonight. So we'll see.
Ooh,
but
just a stud. Could never be my rookie of the year.
So we'll take a look here. I think we're only gonna see. Yeah, we're only gonna see. Oh no, we're good. We're good on this one. I was curious if we had no Nurkic line, so I think he's the only guy who doesn't have a line based off of him, being questionable. But taking a look here, any of these points lines jumping out for you? I think this is one of those games that could be a sneaky high scoring game. I mean, it's already a 222 and a half total, so I think it could definitely push 230s in this one. KD a 30 and a half. Any of these points lines appealing to you?
I really want to go back to Pirtle, but this.
We're talking Nets Blazers. Sorry, I know we were going.
Yeah,
back
I don't.
Forth.
No, I don't care. I want to talk.
No, I want to go back to Pirtle.
No, my bad.
That's all good.
Okay. Well, there's a little sneak peek.
Sneak peek what Canyon what's on his mind, what's on his heart. Yeah, we'll talk. Looking at this one, so you got Anthony at 20 and a half. You've got Jeremy Grant. Doesn't have a line on underdog. I assume it would be this 19 and a half, maybe 20 and a half. Dame at 25 and a half. KD at 30 and a half. I'm really interested in some of these peripherals compared to some of these points. I don't hate Anthony at 20 and a half, honestly, or even Grant, depending on what his line ends up shaking out to be.
Yeah, I love KD. I think he's one of the greatest scorers in our generation, but I don't know why we have him at 30 and a half. I just don't. I mean, Portland, not a crazy high-paced team.
Yeah.
This game might be higher scoring, but not a crazy high-paced team. It's away. He hasn't hit 31, and he's hit 31 once in the last 9 games. And he's been very efficient. His shooting's been very efficient. He's shooting 18-ish times a game, getting to the line a lot. But there's nothing that I see from him like stat wise or on the court, that makes me think he's a shoe in for 30, right? Because he has,
Yeah.
you talk about peripherals, he has been getting these guys
Right.
involved really well. And like he's been the focal point of that team, but that doesn't mean he's just shooting.
Yeah, and
25 times, right?
it's so easy, right? I mean, you watch these games where when it's KD and no one else, I know it tends to kind of, and I don't, no one else is pretty rude, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, come on, man. These are professional
NBA
NBA players. Yeah.
I'd get dusted by like
some
the worst
respect.
NBA G League
Oh,
player.
Yeah.
Right. But like from a comparison standpoint, I mean, when teams can look at KD and say, no, we're just gonna double these screens, right? We're just gonna send an extra guy over. That's something they can do so consistently, and that's really opened up things for KD's assists. So when you have these super high scoring numbers, yes, he's gonna take the volume to be close to there, but you can't feel great about it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I peeked over to assist here. You do have KD at 6 flat and Dame at 7 flat. It's kind of the two big assist guys I wanted to peek at.
Yeah.
Anthony at 3.5. These are just pretty fair lines.
They are very good lines.
Yeah.
I don't, from a betting perspective, I don't feel great about it.
Yeah.
What is Anthony's points at?
20.5.
I don't hate Anthony or Dame. I think that's going to be just by far the easiest exploit is those two guards against the likes of Sumner and Harris, who actually are pretty good defenders. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't see it against the Kings game, that's for sure.
Right.
They can hold their own. But I is this a blowout watch game? I mean,
it's only a 2-point spread.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the tough thing for me is like this Nets team, they've been in some games, but they've also just kind of fallen apart in spots when you're missing Kyrie.
Maybe I go, I might like the 3-point ball here. Do we have a fair 3-point line for Anthony?
Yeah, I'd be curious about a 3-point line versus. He's just been shooting such a high volume. I mean, I think he's got 3 straight games of 10 plus.
Both at 3.5. Like, give us a chance. I don't hate the under. I don't know. I can't go under.
We can. Do you want to just go to the Kings game? It feels like your heart's not in it. I feel like these lines are pretty sharp. I probably would like. I would kind of maybe like Anthony points if I like gun to my head had to play one, but I don't feel like super good about it.
I'm not gonna let this game deter me. I'm gonna find something that I like here.
All right.
It's gonna be right. Josh Hart. No, I'm just kidding. Dame at 24.5. Oh, he's at 25.5.
25.5. Yeah.
I still don't hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do kind of like that. I think that might be one of my favorites. Because I think the point side should be on Portland side. I know it doesn't say that necessarily. It says it's pretty close, but I like Portland at home in this one. I like Dame in that matchup. What's Anthony at? 20?
I'd be pretty stunned if Brooklyn blew Portland out, right? And usually we don't say that about 2-point spread games. Like,
yeah, give me Dame points in this one. I'm gonna keep it simple. That's what I like that one.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, we try to find something.
Yeah, and obviously you look at these 25.5 lines and it's kind of a pickup and you're like, ugh. But I mean, 24.5, right? The value's on the over pretty significantly. You got this minus 140 here for Pinnacle, minus 148 on Caesars. So I mean, it's one of those like, you don't want to, like, 1 point is significant, but you don't want to split hairs and be like, oh, I'd love it at 24.5, but it's 25.5.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. It's one of those where obviously you would prefer the point, but I do still think I would lean over.
Yeah, that's a great point because instinctively I was like 24.5. I love that, and it was 25.5, and I was like, but yeah, what am I doing? Right, it's 1 point for one of the best scorers in the league right now. Yeah,
and it's like and we're not up here talking about like, I wouldn't love the point if I could get it, like if that.
Oh yeah,
if I was playing something, but. Obviously the odds, right? So when you look at books and everything, like minus 140 is kind of where you're at for that. So, you kind of look at the value in that perspective. But all right, we can transition, talk about the game you want to talk about. And man, before I even talk about the injury report, 237 total. I mean, come on. What a game. 237 and 7 points on the Kings side. Keegan Murray is questionable, his game time decision, and the injuries for the Spurs, I don't think there's super significant. I mean, a lot of these guys have been out and aren't super high impact, so mostly healthy. It's Murray's the big kind of question mark, but we'll still get some lines for most of these guys.
It does stink because I actually do like Murray in this matchup. I would like to take Murray here, but if he plays, I'd be interested to see what his line is. But
left last game early. I think he's a true game time decision. I think it's a one of those like see how he's feeling kind of deal.
Yeah, I like Sabonis in this one. I do. I think the bigs are what to exploit on the Spurs team, and looking at metrics and numbers and matchups, they are pretty poor against the bigs. Vassell and Kelvin and Trey Jones, they're pretty stout defenders and smart defenders for young guys. But I think, and Sochan is too, but I think there's quite a gap between Sochan and Poeltl as far as size goes, and they don't have a ton of depth at the center position, the Spurs don't.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Sabonis down low. He's at 19.5. I like a 20 piece out of Sabonis tonight.
Yeah. I think it's a good line. I think it's tough too because you like it without Murray too, right? For the Kings, if he's potentially out or limited in some fashion. And now you could look at the one game Sabonis played without Murray. I think he had 13, but it was against the Blazers too. That's a tougher spot than I think. Yeah, tougher than you'll see tonight. So I do like Sabonis. Any of these other Kings guys? Yeah, Fox at 25.5. I don't hate that. I know you
I don't hate it either.
Yeah, go ahead.
I prefer Sabonis in this matchup. It's scary though because I think you can expect obviously safer usage out of Fox. I mean, that's the line being higher.
Right.
I do like Sabonis to get a little bit more usage in this game. Obviously, in the Brooklyn game, is an absolute blowout, so he only played 28 minutes and he was perfect from the field, 6 for 6. But prior to that, like he was on a little stretch of some solid usage there in those games. And so if this game it's going to be high scoring, I think, man, Spurs are one of those teams that's like, I have no idea if they're going to show up to work today, put boots on and keep it close, or if they're just going to crumble. But this feels like a closer matchup, and I think I like Sabonis to be a bit more aggressive, and if he can get me like 10 to 11 field goals and get to the line like he's been getting to, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah. Sabonis PRA. Why don't you talk about that for a second? Yo, what's up, Gerald? I see the chat message.
I was actually just gonna go look at that. So
yeah, I was peeking at assists, but we can go there next. So I'll pull up Sabonis PRA.
Yeah, PRA is 38.5. So that's 2018. Man, wait, really?
He's just been really strong assist guy.
So what are his rebounds and assists then? They're not both 9 flat or 9. Oh, he's got 12 for his rebound line.
Yeah.
Then his assist line must be 6.5, 7.
That makes sense.
6. 38.5.
Yeah, we do this kind of song and dance with PRA and some of these kind of peripheral combinations where it's a matter of how do you feel compared to just going points, right? So it's kind of one of those like, where's the upside lie with these players? Because you kind of have to do the equation of like, all right, if I'm taking PRA because I don't think the points will necessarily, like, I think he can cover PRA without points. It's kind of one of those like, how confident do you feel in that kind of take, right? So
right, because if he has 19, he's gonna have to have, what is that, 19 and then 13 and 7. 19, 13, 7.
And that's missing by the hook on points. He's got good rebounding upside, so I get wanting to look there because I do think he is one of those guys who, like, in especially a game like this, he could definitely get you like one of those like 14, 15 Jokic type rebounding games. So I get that, but I think the upside is a little capped with that, right? Because it's like a +3 or 4 for PRA. And then if that's the case, you still need the points to be close, right? Because if he gets you 4 more rebounds than he's projected, like, that's 16. Only going to matter if he's only scoring, or he still needs to score like 16, right?
Yeah, he would have to have like 16, 16, and 6.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, boys? Hope last night was good. Yeah, it was good. The past 2 nights have been pretty good.
Last night was 3 for 3.
The nice. We're gonna start. I know we've talked about this. We are like a week away from having just the most beautiful process you've seen for moving forward with like how we go about making these picks and kind of sharing and content stuff. So be on the lookout for that. You got Fox at 36.5 PRA. I kind of want to look at some of these assist lines too. So I'll go there.
I mean,
sorry, are you still on Sabonis PRA?
so yeah, the other thing to me too is, I mean, this is a crazy high total, right? Or no, that the Brooklyn one is. Wait, what is this total?
No, this is crazy. This is 237.
237. Yeah, and a 237 total with implied points. You know, you don't want to just like take this as gospel, but I mean, a 237 total. If you're telling me that there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game, and Sabonis doesn't have 20 of it, but the Kings have 120.
Yeah.
Especially the key is if it's going to be close, right? Because we've seen their bench. The Sacramento bench could pop off. We know Monk, Herter. We just saw Terrence Davis go off. I mean, there's flamethrowers on that bench that can put up the 15 to 20 points that'll help them get there. So just because it's a high total doesn't mean necessarily this bonus is going to be the recipient of that. But
yeah,
I do feel better about his points upside in this matchup. I think like a 16-16-7 stat line is kind of a Sabonis stat line. But if I had to roll the dice and say, okay, if I'm going to bank on him getting 16, 16, and 7, or him getting 21, 11, and 6, like I bank on the latter.
Yeah. You definitely start picking hairs at some point when you're kind of doing the PRA. But I agree. I do think that
high, right? They usually, they're usually pretty
right.
Like they usually both hit.
And that's why you have to pick hairs, because you have to take the stance of, do I believe which is more likely, hits points, doesn't hit PRA, or hits PRA but doesn't hit points. And those are like so difficult to like pin down. But I don't think he does have upside, I will say that, but I don't think he has enough upside where I'm like, it needs to be PRA instead of points.
Right.
Okay, cool. I switched over to the assists. I think a couple of these assist lines are kind of interesting. I wish Trey was 7 flat, but it's okay. You got Fox is 7 flat. Sabonis is 6 flat.
Sabonis at 6 flat is nice. I like that line a lot. I think it's a safe line. It's annoying. Yeah. Like flat lines are just always annoying, but like 6 flat is very safe to me.
It's got pretty good value. I mean, he's been averaging 6 assists this season. He's a 10 potential assist guy. But I will say Sabonis assists, he's making a ton of passes, and like the Sabonis like passes he does make a lot of times are like in good situations for like an assist, if that makes sense. I like Fox too, though. I think both of these lines are good. I would go over on both of these lines. Fox is 7 and Sabonis is 6. And it's also a nod to like, I like this game a decent amount.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Fox this last 4 games, pretty good matchup again, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I really like this game, and I think that's part of the reason that I do kind of want to lean towards like a Sabonis points like you talked about, or a Fox points or assists. Is there any part of you want to look at Fox PRA versus like his points? I'll just pull it up. Right, I know. He's got what is he, 25.5 points? Is that right?
Yeah, 24, 25.5. Remember, I just left it.
36.5 PRA.
Oh, there he is. I was gonna say we don't have Trey Jones line. Trey Jones 7.5 assists, and I love that as much as Fox line.
Yeah, I don't know if I love. What's up?
We go to our Ron Threesley.
Ron Threesley. Yeah, I don't know if he has one.
They don't have an underdog line on there.
It's probably 3 flat, right? At those.
It's minus 160 for 2.5, so it'll probably be 3 flat.
Ron Threesley, so good. Yeah, because
there is a Fox threes line. 1.5. Do I like that?
It's not bad. I think I prefer like this 1.5 for Fox more than like KD, who's another 1.5 guy. Just like more of a game nod, but
yeah, I kind of like it though. They give up a lot of threes to the guard spot. The Spurs do. They're good defensively, but the threes is their weakness. They're one of those teams that are, like a top half of the team overall in defense against the point guard spot. But when it comes to threes, they're like bottom 5.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's I think I don't dislike it. I think it's decent. He's only had one game this season where he shot less than three threes, and
Yeah.
it was an 0 for 2 game. Um, he's he's right around like 5 attempts a game. Like
Right.
he's
And yeah,
averaging
on the
two
flip
makes.
side, yeah, it's not enough usage to feel good about 3 for 5.
Yeah, but I
He's not like
think
a sharpshooter.
because I think you do kind of from an average like an average standpoint, you are kind of asking him to shoot
Yeah.
like close to 40% because he's been like right at 5 attempts, so you kind of need that 2 for 5.
Yeah, and that Spurs.
I'd go over. Like if I had to pick, I would go over.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule here because the Spurs are pretty bad against the three to the point guard spot, but they've played Steph Curry, they've played Damian Lillard, they've played James Harden, they've played Fred VanVleet. So these are some guys that are going to really skew that stat. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I would.
Last 3 out of 4 games
Yeah.
for San. Yeah, I think Fox this season too. Like I would definitely go over. Like if I had to pick, and that's also kind of a nod to this game, right? I do think this is going to be super high scoring. I honestly like Fox overs everywhere.
Oh, I'm stupid. I was sitting here looking at all these numbers, crunching the numbers in my head, doing some math, and it's 1.5. I was thinking 2.5. Wait, that's way too much. Yeah, 1.5. Wow. Yeah, I like
You
it.
must
I
really
like
like it. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I like it.
You're like 2.5. I'm trying to get there. Why did you
Yeah, I'm
like
like
this
just
so much?
not enough. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, what am I doing?
Now I got to make a case for 2.5. Oh gosh.
I'm off it. I'm off it.
He's got that dog in him.
Swiper. No, I like 1.5. I like it more than its points.
Yeah.
I do. I like 1.5 more than its points. Sue me. Okay. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah.
3,
I mean, he's
6, 26, 20. He has covered his points line without covering that threes line once this season. Just once. Every other time, if he hits that points line, he's hitting that threes line. Or, yeah. Once.
yeah. He's
Opposite of that, he's covered that three line without covering his points several.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think they're both good. Yeah, I guess
Are you not with it?
he's probably gonna shoot. He's probably gonna shoot 5 threes, right?
You could do
this game.
chest.
He's probably gonna shoot 5
Yeah,
threes. It
that's
would
what I'm
surprise. It would surprise me in this game if he shoots 4 or less. So I think
He's
that's
not going to go back to back 1 for 5, right? I mean, he shot 5 threes against
We
Brooklyn.
literally never
Yeah,
see
man.
that happen,
Yeah.
where a player shoots bad from three
Yeah.
twice in a row. Cough, cough, Lamelo. All right, no, I like it. Let's not bury the lead here. Let's talk about everybody's game of the night. The Pistons without Cade. Let's go. Yeah. All right. So Pistons, no Cade, no Stu
I have
as
the over.
well.
I don't care what it is.
Wait, is Kawhi actually a game time decision? I thought I saw Kawhi out earlier.
It says Kawhi out.
It says Kawhi out for you? I just refreshed it, changed.
Wait.
Hit me with a refresh.
It did change.
That is something for
Please.
the report to get better. But do you have anything on Paul George? I think the last thing I saw was the hand was kind of like a questionable thing. I think he probably plays through it, but
I don't give a damn about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's
all right, you're really getting pumped for these 20, 21 Kawhi minutes.
Yeah, because he's on my roster and my fantasy team, man.
I just want to be able to put him in there. You can take out Hartenstein.
Okay. Update. Questionable right knee management. No, listen, it's questionable. Paul George is still questionable with the hand contusion. That was less than an hour ago. Yeah, upgraded to questionable. Luke Kennard is out. They have that on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dang, that actually stinks because Terrence Mann is a lot better defensively to me than Ivy. Or than Kennard. I love Ivy in that matchup, but Terrence Mann's on him. I think Terrence Mann's actually kind of a dog. He's gonna be just really
He's kind of
annoying.
like I feel like he's like in
He's a
the
spaz, dude.
he's in the
He's a spaz.
it's the anime where like it's like your evil version. He's like Jaden Ivey, the evil version.
Dude, I can just see right now Terrence Mann like getting in his stance and like tweaking. Like he just tweaks, dude. He's a very twitchy defender, which is scary.
Yeah, I mean he
You know what I
probably
mean?
like from a yeah.
Okay.
All right, okay, points. Yep, bogey at 17 and a half.
Okay.
You like a little bogster?
Hear me out.
Bagley
Killian
at
Killian's at
13 and a half. No,
Killian's at
don't
eight
put
and a half, and he's starting.
I do like that.
On Reggie Jackson
not? How can you not like that?
with Reggie Jackson on him.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson stinks.
There's
He
zero.
reeks.
I feel like there's zero chance that man is on Killian
Oh yeah,
for any good reason other
no,
than a weird switch.
yeah. It's gonna be Killian on Reggie, and Reggie stinks at defense. Killian's starting 8.5 points. Is Kojo out?
Yeah, I think so, right?
He's game time decision.
Oh, I thought he was out earlier. Oh, yeah. Check on that.
Um, do we have a Burks line? No.
I don't see a Burks line. I would like a Burks
I
line. So okay. Sorry.
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
like Bogdanovich. Sorry I totally distracted you from your first point. Bogdanovich 17.5 is a nice line. I think he will have to be I think he will
Yeah.
be our leading scorer tonight. I really do.
Yeah. Is any part of you? So I know there's some I think there's some interesting secondary Pistons guys. I know it seems like we're forcing talking about the Pistons in like this kind of game, but I think when you remove Cade from the situation, it opens things up a lot. I think Bogey's one of those guys who I do like a decent amount. I mean, this last game against the Raptors, right? 18 points on 2 for 8 from 3. Like I just think he'll have the volume to be right up against here. What about Bagley at a 13 and a half? Or do you prefer Bogey?
I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
No. Just
Yeah, I want a couple more games out of Bagley.
just
I'm not.
yeah, it was more of the
there
the
yet.
kind of, not that you were ever like worried about like Bagley rotation once he was back. It was kind of no Stu tonight. I don't think that's a massive rotation bump. Like I don't think he's gonna play like crazy minutes or anything, but
That's true. There's no Stu. And he's starting
yeah.
on Zubats. I like a lot of these Pistons lines.
I know, I do too. I'm about to go broke,
like
just like
Bagley.
doing a
I love
fiver with all
Bogdanovich.
Pistons
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
They just
When we're
scored
gonna put up,
82
like-
points.
Yeah, we're gonna put up 90 as a team. Like, what are we doing here? I like
Yeah.
Bagley.
They're
I
good
like
lines.
Bogdanovich,
They are
and I
good
like
lines.
Hayes.
And it's
Yeah, because they think we're gonna put up 80. Like,
right. It's a 9-point spread, 217 total. So the Pistons implied total is literally right around 100. So that is like it is a joke, but it also is not a joke. But still, I think it's like a really good opportunity. I'm gonna peek at some of these assists. I'd be curious to see how low these Pistons lines are compared to their points lines. Ivy at 4.5. Killian 5 flat. Just kind of awkward. Show me threes. Give me a good bogey threes line. That's all I care about. There he is. There's bogey.
Ivy at 4.5. Killian at
2.5.
2.5 threes for bogey.
Yeah, I might just go like place this on a book because it is the value's on the under, and I know we've seen like a pretty, I don't want to say harsh, but definitely from the beginning of the season we have seen a fall off from bogey as far as like 3-point volume. He's been like a 6, 7, 8 3-point attempt guy when at the beginning of the season he was just like so quick to just shoot 11 times from 3. But I still I still don't mind it.
I really like his points line.
Yeah, I do too.
On the Clippers side, they don't have anything, do they?
You've got some. You got like a Reggie
Yeah.
Morris. Yeah, you don't have the big boys.
Well, what's Reggie's assist at then?
Yeah, but it's so tough too because like I don't know.
Oh, they don't have it on underdog yet.
Right.
3.5 though is, I mean, even if it's 4 flat, I like that a lot still.
Yeah, especially if there was some kind of surprise Paul George is out or something.
Yeah, or even if he plays, like I don't care the
Yeah,
lineup.
that's a good line.
I got like a 4 flat for Reggie. But yeah, they don't have any other lines up, so yeah. I've got a couple plays in mind that I could toss out there.
Yeah. Let's do that. So we kind of talked about only 3 games tonight, but I think there's a couple I like. Let's hear it. Let's hear it from you. What you got?
I like Bogdanovich points. I like Sabonis points. I like Fox threes. Go ahead and add to that mix, and then we'll chisel at our sculpture.
Yeah, I like under on Sabonis point. I'm just kidding. No, I like those. Sabonis was he 20 and a half? Or was he 19 and a half?
19 and a half.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Fox 1.5 threes. Bogdanovich 17 and a half points, I believe. Right.
Yeah, I'm
Reggie
getting
Jackson is
these
too.
added. Throw out any other ones that know we
Reggie
talked
Jackson
about.
this isn't on there, so I'll leave that for now. We talked about Dame, possibly points. Probably my favorite play of that game. I don't love that game. Also, we're waiting to hear about Nurkic. Dame, I think, is at 24.5 points. I like it. I don't love it. I don't think it makes a cut.
Yeah.
80 points too high.
I think there was a lot that were close. Like I know that Blazers game, a lot of those points lines were like we did like them, but it was kind of like we preferred some of these other ones.
Yeah, it was the lines were set like it's a 232 total in a high paced matchup, and it's just not. So it was a little meh to me.
Right. And I think this
But I'm not gonna go under on KD. Like that'd be stupid.
right. No, I do think it is a really good spot for the Kings tonight. I love this game.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, we'll show up. Let's just these are kind of the 3 that kind of jumped out for today. I'll pull this up here real quick. You ever have so just as kind of a funny little aside. So I have this kind of sheet that I update so that I can kind of download and show you guys the props that we kind of talked through on the stream that we like. And sometimes I'll forget to update the line, but I'll update the player name. So then it's just, you look at it and it's just Bogdanovich with Kevin Durant's point line or something. And you're like, oh my, dude, they think he's going to drop a 30 burger tonight. Damn.
Right.
But no, so I'll pull this up here. These were 3 that we had talked about. So we've got Bogdanovich over 17 and a half. I think I do think it's a really good usage spot for him without obviously without Cade. I know the team total is pretty low, but I think it's one of those spots where I think he's just going to have the offensive usage to get there. Fox over 1.5 threes. We spent a lot of time on that one. I think you just expect Fox to shoot 5 threes at least. That's kind of what he's averaged this season. And I think in this game, you just like his opportunity to be able to be at 6 or 7, which is really good odds for him to cover that. And Sabonis, similar reasons. I mean, it's a good spot, good matchup, great total, over 19.5 points. Like Sabonis tonight. We also liked PRA. We didn't end up going PRA, but it was just a nod to liking points more. Yeah. Any parting words on these before we close out?
Up the Kings. Let's go.
We
Kings.
on that purple light beam.
Let's light that purple beam tonight.
Purple light beam. All right. Much love. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.